Did you know that nearly 2/3 of adults in this bloody country are overweight or obese? That's right, you lot are eating yourselves into an early grave. It's about time you woke up and started paying attention to what you're shoveling down your throats. You see, what you eat has a massive impact on your health, and some of the stuff you think is harmless is actually slowly killing you. We're talking heart disease, diabetes, cancer, the lot. You wouldn't believe the rubbish some food companies try to pass off as edible. In this video, we're diving headfirst into the top 10 most dangerous foods you need to kick to the curb if you want to live longer than a bloody goldfish. Get ready to be shocked because some of these might be your everyday staples. Consider this your wake-up call to save your life. Let's kick things off with a bang, shall we? Processed meats, those unholy concoctions of salt, fat, and chemicals, are a one-way ticket to a world of pain. We're talking bacon, sausage, ham, salami, all those greasy processed bits you lot seem to love so much. Listen up, you lot. The World Health Organization has classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, right up there with cigarettes and asbestos. That means there's strong evidence these foods boys can cause cancer, particularly bowel cancer. Think about that for a minute. Every time you chomp down on a bacon sandwich, you're basically inviting cancer cells to a buffet in your gut. And it's not just cancer you need to worry about. These processed nasties are also loaded with saturated fat, cholesterol, and sodium, a recipe for disaster your heart. Eating these regularly clogs up your arteries, putting you at risk for heart disease, stroke, and a whole host of other problems. You want to end up with a heart bypass before you hit 50? Keep shoveling that processed crap down your gullet. I'm not saying you need to give up bacon entirely, but for God's sake, moderation is key. Swap out those processed meats for healthier protein sources like fish, chicken, or beans. Your heart and your waistline will thank you for it. Next up, we're tackling those sugary concoctions that are slowly turning you into a nation of wobbly diabetic messes. Sodas, fruit juices, energy drinks, they're all loaded with sugar, and I'm not talking about the good kind. We're talking about high fructose corn syrup and other artificial sweeteners that are wreaking havoc on your body. Listen up, you lot, these sugary drinks are like liquid candy. They provide zero nutritional value, just empty calories that spike your blood sugar levels and leave you craving more. Over time, this constant sugar overload can lead to insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and a whole host of other health problems, including heart disease, fatty liver disease, and even some types of cancer. And don't even get me started on what these drinks are doing to your teeth. The acid in these sugary beverages eats away at your enamel, leaving your pearly whites stained and prone to cavities. If you're serious about your health, ditch the sugary drinks and switch to water, unsweetened tea, or even a bloody smoothie made with real fruit. Your body will thank you for it. Now let's talk about everyone's favorite guilty pleasure fast food. We've all been there, craving a quick fix after a long day, but let me tell you something. Those burgers, fries, and greasy pizzas are a one-way ticket to a heart attack. Fast food is a nutritional wasteland, full of unhealthy fats, salt, and calories with barely a trace of any actual nutrients. It's designed to be addictive, to keep you coming back for more, even though it's slowly killing you. Regularly indulging in fast food can lead to weight gain, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and a whole host of other health problems. And don't even get me started on the portion sizes. These days, a single fast food meal can easily pack in more calories and fat than you should be consuming in an entire day. If you're serious about your health, you need to kick the fast food habit to the curb. I'm not saying you can never enjoy a burger again, but for God's sake, make it a once-in-a-blue-moon treat, not a daily staple. Cook at home more often using fresh, whole ingredients. Thank you for it. Now, some of you might think you're being clever swapping out sugary drinks for diet sodas and artificial sweeteners, but let me tell you, those chemical concoctions are no better. They might be low in calories, but they're messing with your body in ways you wouldn't believe. Artificial sweeteners trick your body into thinking it's getting sugar, which triggers the release of insulin. But since there's no actual sugar to process, your blood sugar levels plummet, leaving you feeling tired, hungry, and craving more sweet stuff. This constant roller coaster of blood sugar spikes and crashes can lead to insulin resistance, weight gain, and even type 2 diabetes in the long run. And that's not all. Some studies suggest that artificial sweeteners can also mess with your gut bacteria, which can have a whole host of negative effects on your health. So ditch the diet sodas and artificial sweeteners and stick to natural sweeteners like honey or maple syrup in moderation. Your body will thank you for it. Now let's talk about a seemingly innocent staple that's lurking in many of your kitchen's white bread. That fluffy white loaf might look harmless, but it's actually a nutritional nightmare. White bread is made from refined grains, which means it's been stripped of its fiber, vitamins, and minerals during processing. What you're left with is essentially empty calories that spike your blood sugar levels and leave you feeling hungry soon after. And it gets worse. The lack of fiber in white bread can lead to digestive issues like constipation and bloating. It can also contribute to weight gain, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes in the long run. So ditch the white bread and switch to healthier alternatives like whole wheat bread, rye bread, or even lettuce wraps. Your body will thank you for it. Now let's talk about everyone's favorite social lubricant, alcohol. Look, I enjoy a glass of wine as much as the next person, but let's be clear. Alcohol is a toxin. It's a depressant that affects your brain and body in numerous ways. Sure, a glass or two of red wine a day might have some health benefits, but excessive alcohol consumption is a recipe for disaster. We're talking liver damage, heart disease, pancreatitis, a weakened immune system, and an increased risk of several types of cancer. And that's not all. Alcohol can also impair your judgment, coordination, and motor skills, making you more prone to accidents and injuries. If you're serious about your health, you need to moderate your alcohol intake. Stick to the recommended guidelines and avoid binge drinking. Your body and your liver will thank you for it. Look, I get it. We all need a little pick-me-up in the morning, but too much caffeine can be a real pain in the arse. Coffee, tea, energy drinks, they're all loaded with caffeine, a stimulant that can wreak havoc on your nervous system if you're not careful. Sure, a cup or two of coffee a day can improve alertness and focus, but excessive caffeine intake can lead to anxiety, insomnia, headaches, and heart palpitations. It can also interfere with your sleep, leaving you feeling tired and sluggish the next day. And let's not forget about the addictive nature of caffeine. Too much of it can lead to withdrawal symptoms like headaches, fatigue, and irritability. So enjoy your coffee or tea in moderation, but don't let it rule your life. Listen to your body and cut back if you're experiencing any negative side effects. Now let's talk about a real culinary villain, trans fats. These artificial fats are created by pumping hydrogen into vegetable oils, a process called hydrogenation, which turns liquid oils into solid fats, giving processed foods a longer shelf life and a more desirable texture. Sounds great, right? Wrong. Trans fats are incredibly harmful to your health. They raise your bad cholesterol levels while lowering your good cholesterol, increasing your risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. These nasty fats have also been linked to inflammation, insulin resistance, and even some types of cancer. The worst part? Trans fats are often hidden in plain sight, lurking in processed foods, baked goods, and fried foods. So read your food labels carefully, and avoid anything that lists partially hydrogenated oil in the ingredients list. Your heart will thank you for it. Now let's talk about a common ingredient that's often overused and misunderstood: salt. Sodium is an essential nutrient that our bodies need to function properly, but too much of it can be detrimental to our health. Excessive salt intake can lead to high blood pressure, a major risk factor for heart disease, stroke, and kidney disease. When you consume too much salt, your body retains water, increasing the volume of blood in your blood vessels and putting extra strain on your heart. Over time, this can lead to a whole host of health problems, and it's not just the salt shaker you need to worry about. Processed foods, restaurant meals, and even seemingly healthy foods can be loaded with hidden sodium. So be mindful of your salt intake. Cook at home more often using fresh ingredients and flavor your food with herbs and spices instead of relying on the salt shaker. Last but not least, let's talk about a potential danger lurking in our ocean's high mercury fish. Mercury is a toxic heavy metal that can accumulate in fish, particularly larger predatory fish, at the top of the food chain. While fish can be a healthy part of your diet, providing essential omega-3 fatty acids and other nutrients, consuming high mercury fish regularly can be harmful to your health, especially for pregnant women and young children. Mercury can damage the nervous system, brain, kidneys, and immune system. In pregnant women, high mercury levels can harm the developing fetus, leading to developmental problems. So, be mindful of the type of fish you consume. Opt for low mercury options like salmon, shrimp, sardines, and tilapia, and limit your intake of high mercury fish like tuna, swordfish, shark, and king mackerel. Your brain will thank you for it. There you have it, you lot. The top 10 most dangerous foods you need to kick to the curb if you want to live a longer, healthier life. Remember, your health is your most valuable asset, and what you put into your body matters. Don't be a bloody idiot and ignore the warning signs. Take control of your diet and make informed choices that will nourish your body instead of slowly poisoning it. This isn't the end, you lot. There's a whole world of delicious and healthy food out there waiting to be discovered. Subscribe to my channel for more tips on healthy eating and cooking, and let's get this show on the road. And don't forget to like this video and leave a comment below telling me about your biggest food temptations and how you plan to overcome them. Until next time.